I think Abraham Lincoln came out with the same. The person who represents themselves has a fool for a client. And so I'm saying that to say, and not to say that I'm foolish, not to belittle myself, not to put myself down, but oftentimes when you're involved in something that you really, really care about, it's hard for you to think as objectively as you should about a situation. You think about it subjectively, this, that, and that. So I'm saying that to say you really need another person that's not so emotionally attached to the situation to kind of be your checks and balances, to kind of give you, because if it's just about you, you're kind of looking at, these are all my strengths. I'm a good dad, this, that, and that. And so, but it's hard for you to, like the dad that was, somewhat disappointed in my office the other day, he's looking at the fact that the kids will live with him the vast majority of their life. I advocated for that. But if it's substance abuse issues, and the mom has demonstrated objectively that she's substance free right now, irrespective of whatever her demons or flaws have been in the past. And you haven't demonstrated that just because I don't want to do things that way. Right. The scales of justice balance in her favor. Whereby if you had come to the table taking my advice, because I told him to get out ahead of these issues, the scales of justice would be in his favor because the kids have been within the vast majority.
Yeah, that's what I was saying when we watched that Napoleon Hill. Like, I could see the strategy in it and everything now, and the logic, because we watched that Napoleon Hill movie. Did you see that? So, and it had me seeing him differently now. But once he got like emotional and people was like targeting his character about being a general, his mindset on war was just like it wasn't clear.
You get distracted.
Yeah, you get distracted.
Like, I meant to mention, but I was so pissed off, I forgot.
And I can imagine even too, like representing yourself as opposed to having a lawyer, just the optics of how that looked. Like,
well, courts frown upon it.
They frown upon that?
Oh yeah,
they frown upon you representing yourself or lawyers?
Well, I'm not just limiting myself to this. What I'm saying is that judges and referees, for the most part, look at it as a headache when somebody comes in representing themselves. Okay, even and to be honest with you, that even kind of raises some other issues that to me should be changed. I think ideally, the family law at some point should even mirror what criminal law has decided on Gideon versus Wainwright, which was a U.S. Supreme Court in the 1960s, which basically says if you're accused of a crime, you're entitled to the right to counsel. Now, we could have a whole different show about the quality of that representation and the like there, but I've done court-appointed cases, so I don't even really like that. I don't lately, but I'm saying early on in my career. So I'm saying that to say, even now, I don't really like it when people just have all these negative stereotypes about it. But I say that to say, in the same vein, if you're accused of not paying for your child support, or you get I think, and if you can't afford an attorney, one should be appointed to you. I think, we should redistribute wealth and resources in the society now, whereby nobody should go in that court alone. Because the average person, I don't care how much Judge Judy they watch or any of these other shows, you can't go into court, or how many free consultations you run around town getting, or how many people you try to pull aside that this lawyers have. You're not a lawyer, okay? And it takes a certain experience that comes with really being one.
Yeah, and then knowing those loopholes around stuff too, like even if it's something. So a lot of people, because I think you get some people who just feel, because they say this about whether it's lawyers or accountants or anything. Oh, I can do this myself. Like, no, you don't know the law like that person know the law. So
that was the smartest thing I did.
Yeah,
like I wasn't walking in there. I walked in there dressed up. I was gonna walk in there dressed up. But I'm like, I gotta walk in there right. I'm sitting in the back and I'm like just watching everybody go before. I'm like, man, they chewing these people up a lot. I'm like, I'm coming in here. My lawyer came in there. He wasn't dressed the part. That's already. Yeah, man. He had.
Well, that's another thing on the list. When you meet with your client, just like if I meet with a client on Saturday, I'm at least dressed like this. If I got a t-shirt, I'm at least gonna have a sport jacket on.
Yeah,
Something
man.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not gonna look like a thug if
He you know, he was a real old dude. He had on a suit, but it's like his suit was kind of like hanging off of him. You know how they dress. And I'm like, oh my God. Like,
just don't get
I need
scared.
somebody that
Presents us.
yeah. So, but that was the smartest thing. But my situation, we went into like having the, what is it called, the mediator.
Mediator.
The mediator.
Okay.
Yeah, the mediator. He really was the one that helped me out a great deal, and I didn't know him until that day. Yeah, he was the one that, because I went in there, like you said, I went in there with what I wanted, and what I wanted, and still to this day, was time with my kids.
Yeah.
I didn't care about all of that stuff, but some of that stuff hurted me as well, because that was the emotional part, when like, you know, the house and all like that. But I'm like, I want my time with my kids. What do that look like? Yeah. Like the house, I basically left anyway. Like, the house was my name and stuff. Yeah. And so you gotta kind of think about your wins and your losses, and what you really want to win out of this. Like some people, it was funny when mine was about to start. The guy was like, yeah, he was claiming that he wanted his time with his kids, right? So then there's like, yeah, you know, weekends too. It's like, I gotta get them weekends too. So the boy is like, do you want time with your kids or not? Like, what is you truly in here? Is that your true intentions on having your time with your kids? So I wanted the whole shebang. Whatever I can get for as much time as I can get with my sons, that's what I wanted. And I'm like, all of this other stuff, I know I can get it back. But this is what a lot of men don't understand. You go through a deep hole, and this is what I want you to talk about, that deep financial hole that you go into, and having to, you know, to come back up. So like, if you can expound on that, and then also like, what can we do as business owners to protect ourselves, like being proactive, like even having you as a consultant, or having, you know, just making sure that we're connected with the firm, or just making sure that we having things in place for, you know, if that do come down the line, we're in the best position possible.